dos,
Tenemos que
tres.
ver
Dame.
la cámara. Lucía, Silvana, ve la cámara, Silvana.
During my 15-year experience of the doctor, I have to give the best news to families. It has not been easy to tell someone that their relative has passed away, but I had managed to give that news. However, there is one issue that is still difficult for me to talk to a family member at a tragic hour: organ donation. When we talk about transplant, we immediately adapt the idea of deceased people who donate their organs, but specifically, so there's no really that. There is a general lack of knowledge about who can donate their organs and what can be donated. This makes donation difficult. In this way, the correct way is to seek clarification and discuss the matter. In Brazil, the number of families that refuse to donate family organs remain high. In 2017, 5,900 families canceled 2,500, equivalent to 40%, did not give authorization. The number showed the urgency to consensus, but making the movement after time of organ fragility as family is not usually a successful alternative. But from 1970 to 2001, the elect donation law was enforced in the country, which were potential donors unless they express a country will. Today in Brazil, only first-degree relative, parents, children over 18 and spouse can decide the fate of someone with brain death. It's normal to be afraid of death and don't want to worry about the problem. Even in life, it's much more comfortable not think about that. A way to inevitable that one day everyone lives. But there is a decision that the person makes during life, which can help save or at least improve the health of the others, the donation of organs and tissues. There are several types of transplants that can be performed by donating living organs, such as kidney, liver, bone marrow transplant. In the case of heart, cornea, and lung transplant, it's necessary that the donor has died and expressed his desire in the life of donating his organ. Otherwise, family members are asked for their permission to do so, which in many cases generate additional emotional distress for the family. Which, in most Latin American countries, there is no organ donation culture. Now, when it comes to liver transplant, receiving an organ from a living donor has a variety of medical advantage compared to one from a deceased organ. This advantage includes less waiting time, better availability, and quality of the organs. It's a shorter appointment and better medical results. Obviously, there are disadvantages in this type of surgery, ranging from problems in a surgical procedure, such as infections, immune rejection of the transplant organ. But more than the advantage and disadvantage of organ donation, there are a number of myths that discourage potential donors. If I agree to donate organs, the hospital staff wouldn't have worked so hard to save my life. But it's not true. The reality is that when you go to the hospital for treatment, doctors focus on saving your specific life, whether you are a donor or not. Nowadays, maybe I'm not really dead when they sign my death certificate. Also, is a popular topic in tabloids. In reality, clinical death is declared in total absence vital signs. That is, when the heart no longer beats and the brain has no activity and therefore reflexes don't manifest. Another myth is that organ donation goes against religion. The reality is that the organ donation matches the list of the most major religions. This religion includes Roman Catholicism, Islam, most branches of Judaism, and most Protestant belief. The donation is a voluntary, altruistic, anonymous, and universal gesture in which a person deciding on life or one decides that their organ can save and improve. That is a free and personal decision without any present or future pressure or concession of any kind in which the identity of the recipient of the donor is unknown and is made to help those who need it most according to the medical criteria. The biggest benefit is it has to feel like a caring person who has saved another person's life. However, if the donation is made after death, the person making the donation can save 8 people. The life, 8 people. The cornea, skin, bone, tendons, and muscle, heart valves, and arteries or veins probably don't save life, but will significantly improve them. The disadvantages that may arise are the same as any surgical procedure if the donation is made to a living person. So, what do you expect to make the decision to donate your organs?